I don't talk about it anymore. Not to friends, not to family, because those people, the ones who used to know me, aren't even the same anymore. Sometimes I wake up and realize my childhood has changed again. Small details first: the wallpaper in my old bedroom, the way my mother used to fold towels, a street that bends left instead of right. And then the bigger ones hit. Someone I loved who suddenly never existed. A death that happened in another version of me. There was a winter once, 1972. I was 10, snowbanks piled so high they swallowed the fences. My boots cracked in the cold, and I remember thinking the ice was whispering something beneath my feet. I lived on Rue Waverly, at least in that version I did. We moved after that winter. But before we left, I remember hearing sirens in the sky that weren't police or ambulance. Just a long, low moan that vibrated through your bones. My mother said it was the wind, but the neighbors said, "Don't go outside after it sounds," in that life. I think I died. I remember the flash, everything washed in white blue light, like lightning underwater, and then black, no pain, no sound. Then I woke up, same bed, same house, same mother calling me to breakfast, except the newspaper said 1973, and the snow never came that year. Years later, I was in a high school hallway. A guy I barely knew walked past me, nodded, said, "Hey, you okay since the accident?" I didn't answer. I didn't remember any accident, but I felt it. My leg hurt for 3 days after, and the scar I never had, it itched like it was healing. Another time I sat with a woman I'd never seen before in a that didn't exist last week. She told me she knew me from somewhere. We spoke in 2011, she said. You helped me through something dark. I didn't know her name, but I remembered the conversation, word for word. That version of me died in his sleep. I was 63. I remember the breath leaving, the silence, the peace. Then I opened my eyes in this body, this version, and it was as if none of it happened. Sometimes I think the world isn't broken. I think I am a fractured consciousness caught in overlapping loops. There are people who glance at me like they've seen me die, others who fear me like I'm something else wearing Gino's skin. I try to blend in, try to pretend this body has only lived one life, but it hasn't. It's lived dozens, hundreds maybe. One morning I found a note in my handwriting tucked into the spine of a book I don't own. It said, "They know you remember. Stop writing it down." But I can't stop, because the moment I forget, they win. Whoever they are. That night, I saw a crack in the air above the streetlight, barely visible, like heat rising off pavement, but it shimmered with static. I stepped toward it. Something on the other side was pulling, like gravity, but colder. I reached out, and then I woke up in the kitchen, holding a coffee mug. The TV was on, a show I don't watch, and outside it was raining binary. I used to think it was all in my head, but my memories are louder than this life, and now I know memory isn't a symptom. It's a warning. Next title sequence appears. Chapter 3. They've started to notice.